Hello, you are watching The Gripe TV. I am your host, JP Forte. Now, there's been a lot of talk going around about illegal and undocumented immigrants and illegal immigration. What I'm about to say is probably going to anger and upset a lot of people. But I am in support of the apprehension and deportation of all illegal and undocumented immigrants. Now, I know there are a lot of you who are now probably going to be talking about what a horrible person I am, and I know there are probably some of you who are going to be pulling out the race card, and I know there are some of you who are probably going to be pulling out that line of, well, if you're not a Native American, then you have no reason to complain about illegal immigration. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be going into some of the reasons as to why I support the apprehension and deportation of all illegal and undocumented immigrants. And a lot of it is based on a little thing called common sense, something that no one really seems to use anymore. Now, as far as that line goes of, well, if you're not a Native American, then you have no reason to complain about illegal immigration. Well, you know what? Since you want to get all PC, politically correct about it, don't just be half-assed about it, be all the way about it. Because Native Americans did not originate on this continent either. The ancestors of all Native Americans came over from Asia during the last ice age. So technically, they're immigrants too. The only difference is that they got here before everybody else. Everybody else came by boat or whatever. Now, for those of you that want to pull out the race card, well, guess what? I know people of all cultural and racial backgrounds that are opposed to illegal immigration. I know whites that are opposed to it. I know Hispanics that are opposed to it. I know Native Americans who are opposed to it. And I know blacks who are opposed to it. Not only that, but I also come from a mixed racial family. So your little claims of racism and all that whole bit does not hold any bearing with me whatsoever. Now, as far as the whole humanitarian aspect of it, that, oh, it's so cruel and horrible to turn them away. What you have to understand is that we can't take care of all the world's problems. Okay? And not only that, but charity starts in the home first. You have to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. It's a little thing called self-preservation. Yeah, I know it sucks. And you know, I do feel for these people who are trying to get into this country. Okay? I do feel for them. However, we have an economic system that is under a mass strain right now. Our welfare and social security departments are under a really bad strain. So common sense says that if you have a system that's already being overstressed and overtaxed, you don't continue to add on to the problem. Not only that, but some of these illegal immigrants could be terrorists who are planning to attack our country. Some of these illegal immigrants could be criminals from their own countries, and they're going to be bringing their crime over here. And some of these illegal immigrants could be carrying some kind of illness or some kind of disease that they could be transmitting to other people in this country. Now, you all can start screaming about how that's fear-mongering, but it isn't. It's the truth. So, these immigration laws that are put in place are for our health and safety, okay? And if you want to talk about how archaic it is and how horrible it is that our country has these immigration laws, well, you know what? It seems that only in America, this seems to be the only country that does not adequately enforce its immigration laws. You talk about how horrible our immigration laws are. Well, you know, in some other countries, if you're caught illegally crossing their borders or coming in illegally by any other means, you'll get shot. So at least our country has immigration laws where the only problem you have to worry about is getting deported. And it's not the end of the world, because you can still have a chance to get back into the country by legal means. There is a reason why we have a system where all immigrants get screened and documented before they come in. And it is all down to public health and safety for the citizens who are already in this country, and it is also something called common sense. Now, that said, you all can take that however you want. I'm going to leave that to sit and soak in with you, and you all have a beautiful evening.